All right, guys, you know the drill, because I think I have a busted head gasket. Let's just confirm that. First thing I'm going to do is pull the spark plugs out and use a little bore scope. I'll reach down in there and just see if one of them looks like it's real nice and clean and steam cleaned instead of having the typical carbon deposits. That means that cylinder's been getting a nice warm steam bath by all the coolant. So let's get with it, pull these out, see what we find. We'll just start right at the beginning. I'll just get this out and see what we got. That one looks normal. I mean, just look at that. That looks like it's burning real nice, actually. I can try the next one, see what it's got. Let's see. I mean, this thing, when I pulled it up in here the other day from work, I didn't think anything about it. It's running great. So no missing, nothing. Starts right up, first crank. So, I don't know, man. It's definitely consuming coolant though, so it's not gonna last long. Let's see. That one looks good too. You know, the two cylinders that were messed up when I bought this thing were 3 and 4, so we're about to get to them. We'll see. I'm not even using the bore scope right now. I'm just kind of looking at these plugs. If they look like they're kind of normal, then I don't think that's it. You're kind of playing one of those things like in kindergarten. One of these things is not like the other. That's what you're looking for. One of them that's a little bit different. And sometimes it's way different. Just depending. Let's see. Number 3, we might be in for a surprise right here. Dude, that looks fine. Really does. It's like really clean. So anyway, yep. I think I'm cleaning my piston off with some nice steam cleaning on number 4. Let's look at number 3 again. Number 3, you see this carbon on top of the piston, see that? A lot of black. Let's record. Okay, this is number 3. Again, you can see where the piston turns around. And if I go over here and look at the gasket, let's see if I can go right over there. It looks like it's still sealed in this one. It's definitely leaking by on number 4, and then that's what a normal piston usually looks pretty carboned up. Nothing really cleans it, you know. And then number 4 is like in contrast. Look how clean it's been getting steam clean, baby. So I'm gonna pull the plugs out of the rest of them and take a look and see if it's broke down anywhere else. But for sure, I'm getting coolant into number 4 cylinder, and that's all I really need to know. I mean, my head gasket's busted. It's failed. So this engine's got to come out. And at that point, I mean, it's time. I mean, really, I don't feel like rebuilding this again and just having this happen again. I mean, I've been driving it for maybe, probably only about 5,000 miles, you know, since I redid the whole head and the gasket and everything. And I think what's failing, and I mentioned this in the other video, is I think it's the threads that are in the deck that are actually failing because they got so thin because they rusted from inside, and that top deck height got thinner and thinner from the inside until I didn't have very many threads. And I was scared of torquing it actually, but I didn't feel anything let go. So yeah, time for that one to come out, man. It served a good life. It's from 1958. It's older than I am, big time. So I'm gonna pull it, and I'm gonna start a search right away for another engine for this thing. By the way, some early, let me stop that. Some early feedback from you guys on my first video on this problem And lots of good ideas actually for this engine. One was, why don't I get a late model Ford 300 out of one of a later model Ford in a wrecking yard, and maybe even put a Sniper EFI fuel system on it, so that basically a throttle body fuel injected system on that 300, and I could keep a 6-cylinder in here. And that's one idea, with an automatic trans maybe, so it's just comfortable for cruising. Another idea that somebody had was to put a Barra in this thing. You know, that's a Ford motor, mostly sold, or maybe only sold in Australia. And one of my buddies, Sean, out there, that's been following me on Texas Know-How's YouTube channel here, you know, he commented right away and said, hey, try one of those, especially if you get a turbo one. You know, it's going to be some big power for this truck, which is true. Got 2 votes already for Coyotes. Again, funds, you know, are not as like what they will be someday when I get caught up after all the college, but it'd be real easy to put a 4.6 in here out of a Vic, something like that. So we could put one of those in there real easy. You know, just find a Vic that's been wrecked at maybe as recent as a 2011, one of the last Vics made. Town cars have 5.0s in them that were pre-Coyote, so they were the small block 302s with the real cool, you know, kind of induction intake that curves. That'd be kind of cool in here. I can get a 351 that looks just like that out of a, I've already mentioned that in the other video. That'd be an option. So lots of choices, guys. And I'm going to put all these in a spreadsheet, of course. I'm going to look at the cost and what I have to do and the man hours involved, and then make a decision. And we'll film it, you know, as a series. So anyway, definitely confirmed head gasket leaking. At least cylinder 4 is burning it pretty bad. So see you guys in the next one.